Oh, shit. Ignore that. What's up, everybody? I'm Espiros, the Chaos Demon. This is how you spell it. I mean, that's what I've been told. I can't read, so I think this is how you spell it. A little bit about me. I am immortal, like all Chaos Demons, but my birthday is November 10th, 1775. Hoorah, Semper Fidelis, United States Marine Corps. Mad respect to all the other stunt riders out there that are former Marines and other service members. Brian 636, come to my mind because we're both fucking Marines, but there's others. I joined the Marine Corps in 2013, and I got out in 2018 in May. Did about 4.5 years. If we're not like super good friends, I will not talk to you about my Marine Corps and career. It took its toll on me. What I'll tell you is I take medication. It fucks me up. So there you have it. VA's a bitch. So there's that too. So we're hailing at you here from CDC, Chaos Demons Crib, for the Chaos Demons crew. Chaos Demons crew currently just consists of myself, Espiros, and my immediate family. It used to consist of other riders. Some of them fell off, quit riding entirely, or just, got busy doing other things. And then my brother, James, him and I basically started Chaos Demons crew, and he died, actually. He passed away. So right now it's just me. If you know any stunt riders that are looking to join up with the crew, I'll be in Phoenix, Arizona, September 2020. That'll be the locale. So tell them to hit me up. Family currently consists of Paco, the Chihuahua Terrier mix. He's 10 years old almost and a rescue. He's a good boy. And Altman, she's the short-haired black and white kitty, also a rescue. She's barely a year old now. And then my little rascal Dink here, who is like 3 months old. I got him on December 31st. He's a long hair mix. And then this is Ramen, my ball python. He's a little bit over a year old. He's getting to be a pretty big boy now. And then last but not least is Peggy, my little dwarf hamster that I rescued from one of my friends that actually wanted to feed her to Ramen, but I don't feed pets to my snake. So this channel is going to be for motorcycles and ice skating, because those are the only two things that I enjoy doing that I'm actually good at. My role models and people that I look up to in the stunt riding community are, let's name some names: Brian 636, Highside Joe, Espiros Stunts, Dank Wheelie, Theo Freakin' Door, Reckless 203, the East Coast and Crew, Forever North Crew, Thrash and Supply, Fueling Parts. Dude, all these different brands and like stunt riders that are like gods on motorcycles, like legends. These guys are the kings of the game right now, and they're all mentors, and they're all so cool and so nice and so helpful and friendly. So these big names in stunt riding, basically any of the stunt riders that have any social media, they all come from a standpoint of keeping their social media presence separate from their like personal views and opinions of like politics, religion, etc. And I totally understand that and I respect it, but I think that in this day and age especially, we need to be honest. And so as a Chaos Demon, I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Right there!
So you all know I'm a former USMC vet. My religion, I'm a Christian. God's my savior. I'm a sinner, born again, and I'll be in heaven someday, whenever that is. It's in writing somewhere. We'll figure it out. Political views. I'm a libertarian anarchist. It's a coined term that I kind of phrased. Basically, I'm a libertarian with some anarchist sentiment and philosophy concepts. Specifically, like the open borders policy that libertarians hold is the stupidest fucking thing ever. So that's my point of view on that. So I won't go too far into depth into my political views, just because a lot of what I think could probably get me into trouble. So we'll just kind of keep it low key on that. And by the way, snitches get stitches. So I am a creative writing doctoral program major right now. I love writing. I'm actually pretty good at it. But I'm also about to start Harley Davidson Tech School down in Arizona when I move down there because I have the money and fuck it, why not? I have bikes. I like working on bikes. It's good use of my time. Quick rundown of my guns are cool. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Basically, do what you want, leave everybody else the fuck alone, and stop bothering people for doing what they want to do. As long as what they're doing doesn't bother you or mess with anything that you're doing, it's fine. And that's my viewpoints on all that, is just freedom. Just everybody coexist and just fucking get along. And if you can't do that, well, then murder should be legal so we can just duel again like we did in the Old West. So the first bike I got in late 2014, early 2015 was this 1993 Yamaha Virago 250. I did wreck it. Then it followed the Harley Davidson 1200 Sporty 48. That was my second bike. And following the Dyna, which was my main bike until I wrecked this past June of 2019. Here's a picture of her once she had some new parts put on her and stuff. It was more of a stunt bike at this point. I brought her out here to the Midwest. And then voila, look what happened. Some dumb bitch turned in front of me in the middle of an intersection, and I flew 40 feet with no helmet. As you guys see, the Grom, 2018 Grom stock, I haven't done anything to it yet, but I will eventually. You guys know and love it. And then I finally got my insurance payout from the motorcycle accident, so I bought a 2020 Lowrider S, and I'm putting it up from a 114 to a 131, along with a bunch of other stunt parts on it that I ordered. So once that gets made, there's the proof of purchase. I spent about $29,000 on the whole thing. And once that gets made, I'm going to be ripping pavement. So I was one out of like 200,000 people that this happens to, but my steel toe boots in the Marine Corps warped my feet. Like literally, like you can see them in the pictures, the blisters. So I went to medical and they were like, yeah, we got to go in, we got to fix your feet. We got to fix all your fucking toes. And I was like, shit, okay, guess that's what we're going to do. So they went in and they fixed my toes. And this is from the first surgery that they did. They went in and did a bunionectomy and a hammer toe correction, basically. So they pinned my big toe and my second toe. And that was supposed to be the end of it. So, cue my first motorcycle accident on the Virago in California. I was wearing a helmet, and other than minor scrapes and bruises and some missing skin on my knees, I actually was okay, and so was the bike. The only problem with the bike was a bent clutch handle and some scrapes. And so after the police dealt with me and tried to find the guy because he was a hit and run, I rode the bike back to 29 Palms, went to the hospital, got cleaned up, and they're like, yeah, you're good. So I'm going about my business, and then like 2 weeks later, I'm at physical therapy for my foot, and I'm doing squats in the squat rack, and I felt something go crack. And I went to medical, and they're like, no, it's just your foot getting used to you being out of the boot and everything and getting back into stuff. And I was like, okay. And like a week later, I went to the hospital, and they're like, let's do an x-ray. And it turned out the pin snapped in my foot, in the big toe. And they're like, shit, we got to go do surgery again. So they went in, and the pin actually fucked up my entire foot. So they had to go in and pin all my toes except my pinky, which you can see here. So I end up in a cast again, and then I was in a cam boot, which is this black thing on my fucking right foot, for 2 fucking years. Long story short, I finally get out of the Marine Corps in April of 2018. Surprised my family, actually left a month early because my EAS was in May, not April. Got home right after I turned 22 that year, and just started dicking around, having fun, enjoying life, and the freedom that came with no longer having to follow orders from Uncle Sam. Not having to wake up at the ass crack of dawn every fucking day for stupid shit. So, rode around, abused the fucking Dyna like crazy, had a blast. Life was great. It's back home in the 406, if you know where that's at. And then I wrecked my bike. I hit gravel in a turn and set her down hard as fuck, and it yanked the fucking ECU out. So once the bike got fixed, this is July 4th, I went on a float, and then I got the brilliant idea to move to the Midwest for some godforsaken reason. Fucking idiot. So I drove out here in my car. I actually left the bikes at home because I couldn't take them, and then I took my truck and my trailer and brought the bikes out here back in October, November of 18. And then in the spring of 2019, I was spending my time ice skating and working and partying with friends up in Detroit and down in Cincinnati and all over Ohio, basically just chilling, waiting for the roads to get nice enough to start ripping pavement, right? And I finally got my Grom and stuff. So I'm riding, having fun, chilling, going to the bars, working like a normal person. You know how things work. And then June comes around and boom. Lady turns in front of me. I go flying, no helmet. Landed on my wrist and then flipped onto my back. I broke my left wrist. I dislocated and fractured it. So it came out of the socket and then broke. And then I also broke my right femur. And so I was basically fucked. Like, my entire summer was over. My parents came out to visit to make sure I was okay. I was staying with friends up in Toledo because I literally couldn't get up to my apartment. And I spent the rest of the summer unemployed, just healing and going to physical therapy and learning how to walk again and use my hand. And then eventually I finally got to this point where I could start working out and stuff again, and that's where I'm at now. So anyways, then I also moved. So I had to move apartments to be closer to the school for my fall classes from a master's program. Because I was walking to class mostly for physical therapy. And so, like, the rest of the fall, I had the Grom, but I wasn't riding it very much because I was in a lot of pain. And, like, I'm smiling in a lot of these photos, but the honest truth is I'm either high as fuck or drunk off my fucking ass in, like, basically all of them, because I literally was not able to function without, like, heavy amounts of oxy and dab carts and alcohol, like, all the fucking time. And so I partied for the entire fall, basically. I did nothing else except school and party. And school was easy because I was just teaching classes. And once classes ended, I was like, you know what? Ohio's fucking trash. I fucking hate living here. So I decided I was going to move to Arizona. And this entire time I was also dealing with the legal aspect of my wreck. My lawyers were fucking morons and kept trying to finagle stuff with the VA. And I kept trying to tell them, like, the VA is not health insurance, bro. Like, that's not how this works. And they're like, oh, but they'll pay for it. I'm like, no, they fucking won't, guys. Like, that's not how this works. I went to a civilian hospital. I didn't go to a VA hospital. They're not going to cover that shit. They don't have to. And so we spent, like, probably a good 2 to 3 months arguing back and forth. It got to the point where I told the lawyer's assistant and the paralegal, like, I'm not speaking to the lawyer anymore because he's rude and he treats me like a child. So I was like, I'm done dealing with him. You tell me when this is over, and I don't want to hear a fucking word from you until then. And so finally, they came back like, hey, we talked him down. You had like $200,000 plus in medical debt. We talked him down to half of it. And so we're going to pay them this. We're going to waive part of our fees for the lawyer fees, and here's your money back. I got like $34,000 paid out, and I basically went and spent all of it on the 2020 Lowrider S, the stunt equipment, and revamping Chaos Demons crew with gear. I got a GoPro, I got some other stuff. And so that's basically what happened to all that cash. And now I'm just kind of waiting for the Harley Davidson shop to get all the stuff in and put the engine up from that 114 to a 131, do the tune on it, add all the parts that I ordered, and then call me and let me know the bike's ready so I can come pick it up. And that'll probably be like the third or fourth video that gets dropped on this channel, is introducing the new 2020 Lowrider S stunt bike, because it's going to be fucking sick. As always, you can hit me up on Insta or YouTube. I don't have any followers right now, so if you do, I'll definitely be checking comments and stuff, so let me know what you want to see. I'll try to keep this channel pretty frequently posting, but obviously we're going to have to wait for warmer weather for motorcycles, because there's still snow on the ground and it's supposed to rain this entire fucking week, so. Here you'll find my social media for my stunt pages. Go ahead and give them a follow. Check out the videos that I post there. I appreciate it. Other than that, man, I appreciate you watching the video. I know it was kind of slow. Sorry. It's the intro, so you know how it goes. But thanks, and come back when I drop my next video.
Pick me up off the floor where I fell asleep the night before. Find my clothes, waking up, chasing every dream never helped me much. Stumble out into the street, a beggar's all I'll ever be. Find